And in fact, that is what I do when I learn something new, right? I give myself a little project, a little task that I want to do with something. And then I try it, and of course I can't do it. And then I'm motivated to read something about it. And so then I look at the documentation and study it more closely, or at least study those parts that interest me more closely. And so I think this task-driven learning is how people learn.
Yeah, it's just not actually, I mean, it makes sense. I was just talking to, Heinz, Kabutz a couple of days ago, and I asked him the similar question, and he gave me a very similar answer to what you just said. Find something in terms of advice for new developers, find something that you want to solve, a problem that you want to solve for yourself, build an app, essentially. Don't,
For example, and for some people, building an app is, that seems overwhelming. I mean, there's all sorts of boring and routine parts to building an app, so it doesn't necessarily have to be that. But just
right,
set yourself a task.
right.
So when I first had to learn like cloud, AWS, and that kind of stuff, I said, okay, I just want to have something running in the cloud, and then I said, okay, now I want to do something with the database, and so I set myself like small tasks that were not off the build an app list because I didn't yet know what app I might want to build. I just wanted to know how can you do these kinds of things. And I think that's something that everyone can do.
Now, this essentially again task-driven development or task-driven learning, is this not common in teaching of computer science?
Oh no, in a university,
It's
that's
not?
not how
Okay.
universities work. Particularly
Because it's been a while for me.
okay, but if you remember, you very probably sat in a big lecture hall with hundreds of other students where someone was presenting something in the front.
Right. But that was a long time ago. So that's not that.
Yeah, no,
So,
that's
oh,
still how sadly it's done in most places,
I see.
and there's a good reason for it.
It's
It's
easier?
cheap.
Cheap.
It's
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you want to run the kind of classes that I ended up running at the tail end of my career, those were small classes, and so it was pretty expensive for the institution
Right.
to do this. And I was very lucky that I was able to do it. To do something effectively with hundreds of students is very hard.